since I'm from Chicago, I am a Bulls fan. So the legendary version, I think, the cover was MJ, so I'm pretty excited about that too.
What's your my player?
I actually made a center because my friend told me that it was like the easiest to kind of do.
So you go the easy route?
Yeah. I'm new to basketball, so you know I'm just trying to do the easy stuff first.
Coming right up, the Nets taking on the Warriors. For the Nets, not the start to the season that this team wanted, but they can turn it around with the win at any time. We'll see if that starts tonight. Warriors, Nets on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Payday.
Good evening, Kevin.
I am so glad we are teammates, DA, and they are a fun team to watch. David, thank you. Now, Golden State's starting five. And the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay as guards with Draymond at 4. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Weissman. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Brown. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Curry in at the 2-guard spot. And tonight's game, like so many, could come down to the three-point shooting for each team. Greg, there are debates as to whether that style alone can win you a championship in the NBA.
Well,
Clutch, he's checked in for Seth Curry. Then for the Warriors, Kuminga's come in for Green. Gary Payton comes in for Klay Thompson. And Poole subbed in for Stephen Curry. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
And the Nets making a change here. Aldridge is checked in. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's Poole. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's Mr. Clutch, and he's good. And the 3-ball.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah. It was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
In that kind of environment, every point matters. The bench was a huge reason why they won that one.
The Nets on offense. They're on a 20-6 run.
And Wiggins thrived as a secondary option. Seems that is the role he's best fit for. His efficiency soared. I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
So for the Nets, Simmons checked in for Durant, and Joe Harris is subbed in for Bruce Brown. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Golden State. And yes, it's good. And with Wiggins, he didn't face the same pressure, Greg. It was a huge weight off his shoulders.
And that mental aspect impacts players. Wiggins was asked to do less, and as a result, ended up doing more.
Payton looking around. Pass to Poole. He feeds it to Weissman. And Aldridge comes over to help. There's Porter with the 3. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. It's a 14-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
It makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Warriors trail by 15.
That's his second personal. Team's fifth foul.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Jordan Poole, shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn.
My team is good, right?
Lineup here for Brooklyn. Then for the Warriors, Wiggins is checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Klay Thompson comes in for Payton. And Curry subbed in for Jordan Poole. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Sharing the wing spots, it's Thompson and Wiggins. Wiseman's out there with Kuminga. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. Kuminga, no good. Nets leading by 17. Three-pointer. And he hits the triple. 3 points there on the shot for Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got 12 in the game. Golden State's going to sublime 4 of 4 from three-point range since we've gotten in here in the second quarter. And there's the pass to Wiggins. Wiseman kicks to Thompson. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Well, it's a matter of pride and a matter of each side trying to seize control of this game right now. Even for a player who's not a three-point specialist, I mean, that's a shot you got to knock down.
Here's Thompson. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And the latest wrinkle in Seth Curry's game, creating for others with consistency.
And he's taking time with his reads, letting the defense commit, then making his move. All part of that maturation process.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way. But Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. The second chance effort, and Wiseman with the lay-in.
You just can't teach size and length, and Wiseman beats everyone to the ball for that second chance opportunity.
The shot's good for Mr. Clutch. He's got 17.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Warriors trail by 20. Curry is inside. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
This is what you get from Steph. I mean, he can put the ball on the floor and create his own shot from just about anywhere.
Going inside. No good for Mr. Clutch.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Good shoot. Halftime, baby.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different.
Substitution.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Drummond. Ben Simmons comes in for Bruce Brown. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Curry. Different look here for the Warriors. Porter's checked in for Wiseman. Kuminga comes in for Draymond Green. Gary Payton is checked in for Wiggins. And Poole subbed in for Thompson. We've got Durant, Mr. Clutch out there with Irving. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Simmons in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Lets it go with a three. It's rebounded by Poole. Poole's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. Here's Curry. It's sent back down by Simmons.
Oh, such a smart defensive player. He knows how to use his reach to alter shots.
And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. And finished off by Kuminga.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. There's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Kerr. The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
Worked that one inside nicely.
The Warriors shooting for the game at 42%. Inside, here's Curry, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just a great ball movement.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
One time from the line.
Yo. WS2.
It's a good sign when Curry's at the line. That means he's pushing the action, being aggressive, putting the referees in a tough position to make some tough calls.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. A step back shot here, and it's good for 2. KD's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
And that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead. Who knows what this score would look like if he wasn't on his game tonight.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Shazy. I don't know.
And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Ball got to move, all right? Let's just start driving and kicking and moving it on, all right? Let's settle in. Make easy, simple passes.
And Greg, the offense doesn't look very fluid right now.
I mean, not enough movement. When the ball is zipping around, this team much more difficult to defend.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Poole have the guard spots. Otto Porter Jr. out there with Payton. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position. And we all know that star players get a few more perks, but Greg, that can also stir up misgivings in a locker room when things aren't always equal.
Kevin, that's a great point, and coaches really have to be careful. If you're holding one player accountable and giving another a pass, that tends to lead to a fractured locker room.
There's Mr. Clutch.
Bangs
on the trifecta. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points now in the quarter. Guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nets.
All those block shots, that's a clear indicator of the great D they've been playing. Not giving them an inch of space out there.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
Brooklyn making some changes. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aldridge. Brown comes in for Mr. Clutch, and it's Seth Curry in for Kyrie Irving. Then for the Warriors, James Wiseman, he's checked in for Payton. Green comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And Thompson in for Jordan Poole.
Why are you on hush mode?
change here. Peyton's checked in. And now that we've gotten a taste of it, Greg, what do you think of the play-in tournament?
I love it. I mean, it definitely has some pros and cons, and you want to keep as many teams as possible engaged down the stretch, but it's a long season, and for some teams, it just got a little bit longer.
Here's Mr. Clutch, and they pick up 2. Mr. Clutch has got 9 points here in the second half.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Green, and that one is off. Great D that time from Griffin. And there's the drive. No good for Mr. Clutch. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was.
For Kyrie Irving.
He had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth.
Like, go get a life. Stupid. Iman BTRN. Your dad, wait, you don't do that one.
Wiggins against Harris. Here's Peyton. It's blocked. And they get it back. It's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And just a little too lax with that possession. And it cost them.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Griffin. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
A nice shot by Moody.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Here's Mr. Clutch. From deep three-point range, it's off. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead, it was comfortable. They were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Job on the offensive end tonight. Is there anything you saw from defense early?
Stupid.
Well, they played true to the scouting report, so I've got to thank the scouts and the coaching staff for getting us prepared for this one.
Well, can you go into some specifics about what you were able to take advantage of?
You guys have the tape.
Come on, MP. Can you give us something?
Bum.
Yeah.
Why are you not
MP
talking
said
no
all
more?
the right things in public.
I got you on hush mode. You shook our end.
Had to fight for that king spot like them Cavaliers. Talent got to speak in ways they can't tell you. But instead got them begging you to stay.
Oh, okay, you on hush mode.
Never let the system tell me how to make a meal. Never let society tell me how to eat a meal. But
now
never
be
get
quiet.
so comfortable to say it's time to chill.
And stay on hush mode.
And my soul on the side.
Money chase you instead.